race fans. The NASCAR SEGA Cup Series is back, and we are here live at Kentucky Speedway getting ready for the QuakerState 400. Now, hopefully the racing here will be way better than what we had at the Monster Mile last week, where we only had, I believe we only had 13 cars left running in that race, and we had Steven Gonzalez win his second consecutive Dover race, but he's going to have some work to do, as he is going to start this race all the way back in the 34th position. But starting on our front row, we're going to have Alex Drayton, who ended up blowing an engine last week. But he's going to do his best to try to turn this season around, as he sits 30th in standings. Starting right beside him in second is the 77 of Kyle Matthews, as he sits 33rd in standings. But there's going to be a lot of racing in this wide track, and I guarantee you, if no one gets too far ahead, we're going to have a new lap leader every single lap, and we're going to be in here for a long one. We're going to be racing here for 41 laps under the lights. I just told you the kind of racing we're going to see here, but who is going to benefit on top of this race? We have 42 drivers to decide, as we're just seconds away from those famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and easy, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustments. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get out there and get going.
And as your drivers are rolling out pit road, here is your starting lineup for the QuakerState 400. As these drivers are coming out of turn 3, lining up double file, we're going to be in here for a really exciting one here tonight. Alex Drayton, he's going to try to do his best to turn this season around. Our second row consists of Brendan Krasser and our points leader, Jonathan Zorlin. But anything can happen here in the NASCAR SEGA Cup, as the pace car makes its way onto pit road. As you can see, the field is ready, and I hope the rest of you guys are, as the green flag is now waving here at Kentucky. As we see the fantastic camera angles of all the drivers coming down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. And we just had a lead change. Chris Darlington now, he just took it away from Alex Drayton, and he looks to lead the first lap, which it's between him and Joshua Mudd. And Joshua Mudd, in fact, led the very first lap. As we now go to the TV1 car, he has his teammate Seth Cole right behind him, and here comes Tim Fiegel and Michael Norman coming up behind him. Now we see Seth Cole moving on the inside, and oh man, we have 3 out of the 4 Hendrick Motorsports cars up here now. Now looking to lead a lap here for the first time here today. That's Alex Ferranti. He had that little scuffle last week with Dougie Shears, and he just led a lap. But if you go to the front, you will drop like a rock here, unless you can get back on the inside, as Danny Wells just took over the lead. But he's not going to have it for long, because here comes Cody Lamas in the number 11, and here comes Cole Daly, the winner the last time we were here, when he drove for the 88 under Hendrick Motorsports, and he will choose to lead a lap here today. Right now, Cole Daly. He sits fourth in the standings as his teammate Cody Lamas goes way to the outside as he will not lose the lead. He just lost it over to Mitchell Collins in the 22 car. Mitchell Collins actually second in the standings, but oh man, once you take the lead, you won't keep it for long. And I see a lot of cars scrambling there in the back as we now have another new race leader, Allison Rain. She just took the lead away, but now we see Chris Darlington trying to get back up to the front of this pack, and I believe the caution is out. And yes, it is. The caution is out. And man, we still got cars spinning in the back, but I'm trying to see who was in the back here. That's Stephen Colin back here, and I'm trying to figure out who spun, and I don't know exactly who, but oh man, there's some left side damage to William Brock in the 42. Oh man, he was one of the drivers to get involved in something. There's some rear damage to the 91 of Simon Oscon, and there's some left side damage to the 31 of Dylan Poteet. Oh man, Poteet cannot just catch a break, but all the drivers are coming down pit road, and there's some real damage to the points leader Jonathan Zorlin. So something definitely happened. It looks like we had a car spin out of turn 4, so something definitely happened there. We're gonna have to go to the replays and find out what all happened here. But yes, let's go ahead and go to the replays and take a look and see what happened as everyone takes their pit stops. Here's having to burn our first caution. Dylan Poteet and William Brock were caught up in a 4 wide situation, and William Brock actually hooks the left rear quarter panel of the 31, and that sends both cars right towards the 43 and the 91. And unfortunately for Stephen Cola in the 88, after he hits the left rear quarter panel of the 91, he ends up spinning around. Now, luckily enough, no other driver hits him. So it was just a solo car spin, and that was enough to bring out our caution. And Brett Kenningberg just narrowly avoids slamming into the 88. This race is still young, and I don't think we'll have any drivers to retire out of this race unless we have some calamity on pit road. But speaking of calamity, we actually had a few more cars spin out on the next lap. So let's take a look and see what happened there. Okay, this is what I saw. This was coming to the yellow flag, and we actually had a little bit of trouble with our front row starters. Kyle Matthews and Alex Drayton get hooked together, and that in turn turns Michael Norman. That was who I saw when I was looking up at the front of the field, and I don't really think anyone else hits the 21. There's still a little bit of contact between the 21 and the 77 as Michael Norman spins out in front of the field. Now I think since after they cross the start-finish line, he'll be able to get that spot back if he doesn't have to stay on pit road for an extended amount of time, as Michael Norman turns his 21 back around. And here we are back at Kentucky. We're going to restart on lap number 9, and no drivers have retired out of the race. Our leader after pit stops is Allison Rain. Second is Jake Rogers. Third is Chris Darlington. Fourth is Christina Bell. Fifth is Sky Commons. Sixth is Mitchell Collins. Seventh is James McLeod. Eighth is Charles Sanford. Ninth is Jessica Shelton. And rounding out the top 10 is Zachary Fitzwater. The rest of the top 15 are Steven Gonzalez, Alex Drayton, RJ Bishop, Matt McIntyre, and Cody Lamas. There's still plenty of racing here to go. Hopefully Allison Rain can represent for her team. She still has 2 teammates still left in this race, in the 77 and the 78. As the pace car makes its way onto the track, Allison Rain is getting ready to lead these drivers back down to the green flag. Getting ready to hit that restart zone. And There we go. The green flag is now back out at Kentucky. And oh man, Jake Rogers, he's wasting very little time. He's already going to the inside of Allison Rain, and he will take that lead away. And oh man, they're already going 3 wide for second place. Christina Bell, she's making it 3 wide, and she will take away second place from Chris Darlington as they head into turns 3 and 4. But Jake Rogers stays glued to that inside line. But oh man, he didn't really protect it for long. And oh man, Allison Rain, she's coming down pit road. And I believe Christina Bell just led that lap. Yes, she did. I believe she's the lone driver out of Sega Motorsports who's currently in the top 10 right now. And here comes James McLeod. As a matter of fact, both Christina Bell and James McLeod started on the very last row of this race. Now look at them competing for the lead. James McLeod running his HendrickCars.com colors, which he debuted last week at the Monster Mile. But he's actually doing better and showing it off today as he will lead a lap. And oh man, here comes Sky Commerce now. He's on the inside for second place as he takes it away from Chris Darlington. And oh man, like I said, we're really having a lot of lead changes every lap as Matt McIntyre, he is glued to the back bumper of that 10 car. But as soon as I say that, now Matt McIntyre, now he's moved to the inside of the 10 to get the lead. But he won't have it for long because here comes our Rockingham winner, Charles Sanford. He's looking to lead here today. And oh man, all these guys, they're just running dangerously close. And speaking of running dangerously close, now we see Cody Lamas taking the lead, and he has Dustin Stoller right behind him. Dustin Stoller running a little bit of Budweiser colors on his number 8. And oh man, and here comes the Black Deuce, Dylan Young, in the freight line of colors. He's looking to try to get a victory here. He's still looking for his first win this season. Right now, as Dylan Young, I believe he sits, I'm trying to look at the list. He sits 20th in standings after his good run last week. Now we see Sky Commerce taking the lead away. And here comes another driver out of Sega Motorsports, our winner from Atlanta, Joshua Osborne. And he's bringing Joshua Mudd and Tim Fiegel right behind him. Joshua Osborne now takes the lead, but now we're getting Joshua Mudd getting pushed by his good friend Tim Fiegel now as he will lead that lap. Oh man, these drivers really need to try to do better to try to protect that inside line, because if you don't protect it, then you're going to get Freight Train on the inside. But now we have Tim Fiegel, our winner from Phoenix. He's looking to try to get the lead, and now here comes Zachary Fitzwater now, our Kansas winner. He's looking to try to lead a lap, but he might not have it because here comes Levi McIntyre, our pole sitter from last week. And oh man, each and every lap we're having a different leader as McIntyre, he will try to do his best to hang on to that lead. We still haven't had a consecutive leader as we now have Jessica Shelton now trying to move to the inside now. Jessica Shelton, she just took the lead away, but here comes Matt McIntyre and Nathan Orman now. Now we have Christina Bell and James McLeod already trying to go back to the inside as Matt McIntyre will lead that lap. But now we see Nathan Orman in the 48. He's looking to try to take that lead away. Like I said, don't count yourself off yet. Even if you're in the back, you have a chance to you actually have a chance to get up to the front as James McLeod, he just moved to the inside as we switch to the TV2 camera to look at all these drivers coming out of turns 1 and 2. Well, turns 3 and 4, rather heading into turns 1 and 2. As Danny Wells, he will lead that lap. But now here comes James Qualls. And oh man, don't forget what happened last week between these two. Danny Wells and James Qualls, they did get together. And it appears that bygones were bygones as James Qualls did take that lead away. But here comes Chris Darlington and Dylan Young trying to bounce back. As we now see RJ Bishop in the 17. And oh man, we got some green flag pit stops now. As they're going 3 wide for the lead, RJ Bishop will lead that lap. And we're still going green. But now we have our Daytona 500 winner leading the way. And right behind him we have Dustin Stoller in that number 8. Dustin Stoller right now, he sits, I'm trying to look at the list. Dustin Stoller, he now sits 24th in standings. And oh man, and here comes the rest of the field now. And oh man, Chris Darlington, he just drove through the grass. Oh man, as you can see the trail of dirt. And oh man, I don't know what happened there. But we got green flag pit stops going on right now. We're gonna have to switch to the pit road camera to see who's gonna try to come out. As we now see Joshua Mudd and Levi McIntyre coming out. And Allison Rain, she did come down pit road a few laps earlier, so she may end up being the race leader. I'm not sure though. As we're very close to the halfway point, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Allison Rain. I'm trying to get to her. As Allison Rain heads right in front of Joshua Mudd and Levi McIntyre. I believe this may be the battle for the lead. We're going to have to see where Danny Wells is. And they're coming up on James Qualls now. And there's Dustin Stoller and RJ Bishop. And I don't know, this may be the battle for the lead up here. As Allison Rain, Joshua Mudd, they just got around Brayson Mitchell in the 41. And I believe our leader may be RJ Bishop. And no, he sits third actually. Okay, there's Danny Wells and Steven Gonzalez where the ticker says that they were in the lead. So yes, these are our leaders right now. RJ Bishop and Dustin Stoller right now. RJ Bishop right now, I'm trying to find him on the list. Right now he sits 27th in standings as he just got passed by Dustin Stoller, who was about to put his teammate one lap down. Cole Deaver, he got that front end damage after a scuffle on pit road. But yes, Dustin Stoller now, he is hanging on to that race lead. He's about to put Simon Oscon one lap down. You know, man, it's just a 3-car breakaway for the race lead right now. As Dustin Stoller's trying to do what he can to protect that lead, and it looks like he will lead a consecutive lap. And now here comes Joshua Mudd now on the inside of that number 8 car. Let's ride on board with the 5 as he's about to take the lead away. Dustin Stoller trying to do what he can to fight back on the outside, and oh, Dustin Stoller, he really just sliced a knife between Joshua Mudd and William Brock. And Dustin Stoller, he's trying to do whatever he can to fight back on that outside, but I believe he's about to lose the lead to Joshua Mudd now. Joshua Mudd, without a doubt, has just taken the lead as they're coming up on another slow car. I believe that's the 43 of Jonathan Zorlin. I believe so, as RJ Bishop just took the lead on the inside as they're about to put the 43 a lap down. And oh man, it looks like that the number 5, he's going to get stuck behind the 43 unless he can get under him, which he does. And oh man, and as the field is slowly catching these lap traffic, the field is slowly trying to bunch up once again as we now see Brayson Mitchell. He's looking to try to he just took second place away from RJ Bishop, but now he wants more. Our winner from Ricky Raceway, he would love to try to get his second win of the season. Brayson Mitchell right now, I'm trying to find him on the list. Brayson Mitchell right now, he sits 21st in standings, and he just took the lead away from Dustin Stoller. And James Qualls, he now falls back to second. As we move further back in the field, now we see last week's winner, Steven Gonzalez. He's comfortably sitting. He's trying to get himself back into the top 5, and he's trying to bring Danny Wells along with him. These drivers, they were in the top 10 last week. Danny Wells, he was on route to a good finish until he got taken out by James Qualls, who was actually sitting in 4th right now. So I don't know if these two are gonna reignite their rivalry from last week. But oh man, but the laps are indeed winding down as Brayson Mitchell, he still continues to lead here at Kentucky. RJ Bishop still sits in second place, but now here comes Steven Gonzalez now in that 28. He's going back to his classic Havoline colors on his number 28. How would it feel for Steven Gonzalez to win 2 races in a row here? But he's gonna have to do, and oh man, Dylan Young just got turned. Oh man, Dylan Young and Dustin Stoller just got turned, and that will bring out our second caution of the day. Oh man, as soon as that happens, now RJ Bishop, he's gonna lead these drivers down to the yellow flag. Oh man, Dylan Young gets turned out of the exit of turn 2, as we had a pretty decent green flag run going. As you can see, the left rear damage to that black deuce. Oh man, and Dylan Young falls all the way back to the 11th position, but it doesn't appear to be too serious. Hopefully he can try to get that damage fixed, but this is not what Young wanted to have here. Oh man, a good day possibly just turned out really bad for the number 2. Let's head to the replays and see what happened. And here's how it brought out our second caution. Just coming out of turn 2, this was a heated 3-wide battle to, I believe, to get in the to try to get into the top 6, and then Dustin Stoller literally hooks the left rear quarter pounder of Dylan Young, and he gets right into the right side of Joshua Mudd's car. Now Joshua Mudd, he was able to keep going, and unfortunately Dylan Young and Dustin Stoller end up spinning down the back straightaway. As you switch to the TV2 camera, this is a much better camera to look at this mess. And oh man, Dustin Stoller, he actually got clobbered by the 42 of William Brock. Oh man, William Brock, he actually ends up getting a lot of damage and a lot of black smoke from the hood of that 42. And oh man, I don't think it ends there, as Dustin Stoller spins out some more, and oh man, he gets hit by the 98 of Aaron Macklin. And oh man, now he gets into the entrance of turn 3. Oh man, Aaron Macklin 7th in the standings. Another driver who was doing good, as the 8 and the 42 sit at the bottom of the track. And oh man, there's more. Michael Norman, he gets into the, wow, he slams into the 98. And then James McLeod and Mitchell Collins also got involved. And Stephen Cullen, once again, he also got involved again. Oh, man, a lot more drivers were in this accident. I'm going to have to break it back a little bit so I can look at it from this angle. As we see Aaron Macklin, he's actually spinning. Let me slow it down just a little bit. Yes, Michael Norman, he just slams into the right side of the 98. Mitchell Collins got into it. Then that made the 22 get into the 10. James McLeod and Stephen Cullen, and then they ended up getting into it. Oh, man, and all these guys were running good. And unfortunately, oh no, don't tell me it's still going. And oh no, Alex Ferranti, he gets into Michael Norman. And then, oh man, and then Ron Acosta, he also gets into it. Oh man, Cole Deaver's in it, Acosta's in it. There's Mitchell Collins as his car sits. Oh man, the season just goes from bad to worse for the number 9 Alex Ferranti. He sits 40th in standings right now. And oh man, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on Nathan Orman. Okay, Nathan Orman misses it, and I think Fitzwater also misses it as well. But oh man, turns 3 and 4 is just littered with cars. We're gonna have to go with a couple of onboards to see what they saw. Here we are riding aboard with the number 42 Target Chevrolet of William Brock. There's the initial contact with the number 8. He tries to dive down to get out of the way. Unfortunately, I guess he couldn't see him due to the smoke. And then there's the contact after the 98 gets into the number 8. Now here we are riding on board with the Thomas Bill Buses number 2 of Dylan Young. After that second contact with the 8, it just spins the number 2 back to normal. As you can see, the sliding 42 at the bottom of the screen. here we are on board with the number 21 QuakerState Ford of Michael Norman. Just a lot of smoke, and he's right behind Dougie Shears and Seth Cole. Unfortunately, you can see the 90 way too late. As this car just comes to rest, as you can see, Ryan Acosta and Cole Deaver under the apron as he teleports to pit road. Now here we are riding on board with the number 10 Smithfield Ford of Sky Commons. Tried his best to avoid it, but he just gets clobbered in his right rear. Absolutely nothing he could have done in that situation. Now here we are with one final on board with the number 9 Lumar Chevrolet of Alex Ferranti. As you can see, the number 98 also resting at the entrance of turn 3 as both he and the 9 teleport to pit road. Oh man, just a lot happening in this thing. But let's head back to live action, hopefully for the finish of this race. Now before we head back to live action, this was something that I caught. This is actually before that big caution happened. Apparently, coming out of turn 4, Cole Daly, he actually blows an engine. So unfortunately, Cole Daly, he won't repeat his Kentucky win like he had last season, and he has already been retired out of this race. He's gonna finish this race in the 42nd position in dead last. Real tough break to hear about for Cole Daly. And here we are. We're going to restart with 10 laps to go here as the QuakerState 400 is entering its last few laps. And we have a few drivers who are now out of this race. They are Cole Daly, William Brock, Aaron Macklin, Dustin Stuller, Michael Norman, Mitchell Collins, Alex Ferranti, and Stephen Colin. And we have a few drivers who are a lap down that may be in the top 10 right now. But our leader, once we get back underway, is Steven Gonzalez. Second is Danny Wells. Third, Joshua Mudd. Fourth, Brayson Mitchell. Fifth is James Qualls. 6th is Levi McIntyre. 7th now is RJ Bishop. 8th is Jessica Shelton. 9th is Dougie Shears. And rounding out the top 10 is Seth Cole. The rest of the top 15 are Brett Kenningberg, Dylan Young, Charles Sanford, Joshua Osborne, and Jake Rogers. Now, a lot can happen in 10 laps. Can Steven Gonzalez hang on to that lead and capture his second win in a row? Or will Danny Wells have something to say? I believe the last time Danny Wells was in victory lane last season was in the chase race at Darlington, as the green flag is now back out. And oh man, Joshua Mudd, he's not wasting any time. He's already going to the inside to take second place away from Danny Wells. And he wants more. He's going to try to get all over the back bumper of Steven Gonzalez as they're now coming down the back straightaway and heading into turn 3. And Joshua Mudd, he is trying to do what he can to hang on to that lead as he just takes it away from Steven Gonzalez. But now here comes Brayson Mitchell. Oh man, we have a few drivers trying to get their second wins of the season. Brayson Mitchell being one of them, our winner from Ricky Raceway. And here comes the Roush Racing teammates now as Levi McIntyre, he's going to try to take the lead away. And he's bringing the Daytona 500 winner along with him. But now here comes Jessica Shelton now deep on that inside, bringing the Talladega winner with her. That's Dougie Shears in the 83. And oh man, we have a lot of former winners here coming up in the top 5. Now we have Seth Cole in the 24. The last time we had Seth Cole in victory lane, I believe it was in Michigan of season 2. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's won a race since then. But oh man, he's looking to try to get the lead away here, as he will take it away from Dougie Shears. But oh man, here comes Pulser to Alex Drayton. He wants to get back up to the front, and he's bringing Danny Wells along with him. And I believe Seth Cole may have led that lap. Yes, he did. But Alex Drayton, he is back up to the front. Alex Drayton with a strong lead right now, and he's trying to get a little bit of help from his teammate in the 4, our winner from Kansas, Zachary Fitzwater, as Danny Wells, he just took the lead away. But now here comes Nathan Hudson in the 6. Oh man, we haven't seen the 6 in victory lane since all the way back in season 2, I believe, when William Duncan drove it. Or he may have won last season, I'm not sure. But Jake Rogers, he just got himself back to the lead. But Steven Gonzalez, and oh man, we got a car blowing up! Oh man, we got a car blowing up, and it's Joshua Mudd! Oh no, the 5 loses an engine! And he nearly gets into a wreck with Dougie Shears. Oh, this is not what Joshua Mudd needed. And oh man, they're spinning out! Oh man, they're spinning out in the front! That's Jake Rogers and Nathan Hudson! Oh man, that may have just ended the race, and Jake Rogers, he has a lot of damage to his 94. And oh man, there's some damage to Ron Acosta. And oh no, there's some damage to Dylan Poteet as well. Oh man, I don't know what happened there. And lead him to the line with Steven Gonzalez. That may be the end of the race right there. I don't know. It looks like he's making an indication for pit road. Is he? No, he's not. He's just getting behind the pace car. But oh man, I was focused on Joshua Mudd because he blew an engine. And then we had a wreck out of turn 4. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if that's the end of the race or if we're gonna have a green-white checker or a one-lap shootout. But oh man, let's take a look and see what happened to bring out our 3rd caution of the night. Well, here's what happened to Joshua Mudd now. Now, in the middle of turn 2, as you can see, the engine just lets go right there of the number 5. And Joshua, he's just stuck on the outside. He's trying to do his best to get to the bottom. And then right there, he's trying to get down. But I guess he didn't see the 83. And he actually gives a smack to the wall. And he actually gives another smack to Dougie Shears. Now, luckily, Shears, he was able to keep control of his 83. And to keep going. But that wasn't the end there. Something happened with Jake Rogers here, and I'm trying to find out where. Well, at the time, Jake Rogers, he was running in 2nd place. I'm going to have to bring it up a little bit. Try to play and see what happens. I was trying to see. Okay, they're coming out of turn 4. Oh, it actually happened. And Jake Rogers, Jake Rogers also blew an engine. And then he was trying to get to pit road, then he ends up getting hooked by the 6 of Nathan Hudson. And he also gets turned by, the 70 of James Qualls. So, oh man, we had 2 drivers lose an engine. And Jake Rogers, he got hooked by the 6 of Nathan Hudson. Oh man, so that's what happened to the 94 and the 6 there. Now this happened right before they crossed that start-finish line, so they were already trying to catch the pace car. And oh no, here comes Dylan Poteet into the view. And Poteet, oh man, he gets into the left side of the 94, and that's what made Poteet end up getting his damage. And the same goes for Ron Acosta. Both the 78 and the 31 hit the 94, and they just come up in smoke. Oh man, Kentucky is not showing any favors for either of the hometown drivers, Dylan Poteet or James Qualls. A possible top 10 finish just went up in smoke for both of them. here we are back at Kentucky, and we're only going to have a one-lap shootout, unfortunately. I was hoping for a green-white checker, but you know how NR 2003 is. And we have three more drivers. Well, actually, we have four more drivers who are now out of this race. We have Jake Rogers, Joshua Mudd, Ron Acosta, and Dylan Poteet. And we have a slew of drivers trying to get their second wins of the season. First place is last week's winner, Steven Gonzalez. Second place is our Kansas winner, Zachary Fitzwater. Third is our winner from Ricky Raceway, Brayson Mitchell. Fourth is our winner from Las Vegas, Matt McIntyre. Fifth now is our Budweiser Shootout winner, Levi McIntyre. Sixth is our Daytona 500 winner, RJ Bishop. Seventh is our Rockingham winner, Charles Sanford. Eighth is Danny Wells. Ninth is Seth Cole. And rounding out the top 10, I believe, is Joshua Osborne. But anyway, the pace car makes its way down pit road. We're only gonna have a one-lap shootout. If anyone wants to make their move, it needs to be now. We're either gonna have a two-time winner, or we're gonna have a driver get their first win of the season. As the green flag is now back out. Steven Gonzalez better do what he can to protect that inside row. And oh man, Zachary Fitzwater is already making his move. And here comes Matt McIntyre. And oh man, and oh man, I think Steven Gonzalez ran out of gas. And Brayson Mitchell just got turned. Heading out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time here. Zachary Fitzwater, he is protecting the inside as he will win the QuakerState 400. Zachary Fitzwater captures his second win of the season as he will take home the QuakerState 400. And I believe Steven Gonzalez ran out of gas. And oh man, Brayson Mitchell ended up getting turned in the back straightaway. And oh man, I was trying to take a look and see why Steven Gonzalez was slowing down, and I believe he may have ran out of gas. I don't know what happened to the 23. And yes, both he and Danny Wells ran out of gas. That's what happened. Oh man, he ends up finishing 23rd. But our winner today is Zachary Fitzwater. He captures his second win of the season here at Kentucky. But we're gonna have to go to the replays and see what happened to the 28 and the 12. Now, I was so focused on the 28, and I was wondering why he was going so slow. Just coming out of turn 2, Zachary Fitzwater just took the lead. Now watch the speed of Steven Gonzalez here, right there as it starts to rapidly drop. Both he and Danny Wells ran out of gas at the exit of turn 2. Then right here, we see that Brayson Mitchell end up getting turned by RJ Bishop. Just flat out just dumps the 41 as he spins out right in front of the field. And I don't know if anyone else hit the 41. Oh, Allison Rain nearly hits him, but no one else ended up hitting the 41. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Nathan Orman, he actually gets into the 41. Oh man, and the 41 spins out right into the wall between turns 3 and 4. Oh man. That is not how you want to end up finishing your race, as Danny Wells, he was en route to a possible top 10 finish, but unfortunately, he and Steven Gonzalez run out of gas. Luckily, both drivers made it to pit road with no one else hitting them, but that's a real tough break for the 28 and the 12. But our winner here, taking the QuakerState 400, was Zachary Fitzwater. As I'm trying to rewind it back to look at the finish. Right there. Not a photo finish this time, but there you can see he's in front of Matt McIntyre and Charles Sanford as Zachary Fitzwater captures his second win of the season. S4 QuakerState 400 race number 14, and this race is in the books. Zachary Fitzwater, I believe that may have been the only lap he'd led here tonight, capturing his second win of the season here. Charles Sanford ends up I thought Matt McIntyre was actually in second place, but he was actually a lap down. So Charles Sanford actually finishes in second place. Levi McIntyre gets a podium finish in third. Fourth place, Alex Drayton, our pole sitter. A good run for the 14 team. Fifth place is Seth Cole. Sixth, we have Cody Lamas. Seventh, Joshua Osborne. Eighth was Jessica Shelton. Ninth was Tim Fiegel. And rounding out the top 10 was Dougie Shears. RJ Bishop falls back to 11th after dumping the 41 in the back straightaway. Kyle Matthews, who started second, ends up 12th. Christina Bell starting in dead last. She'll end up with a top 15 and 13th. Chris Darlington, he led a couple of laps. He'll end up in 14th. And then we have Brett Kenningberg rounding out the top 15. Dylan Young, after getting in trouble earlier, he ends up 16th. Nathan Hudson falls back to 17th. Brendan Kress to 18th. James McLeod 19th. And running out the top 20, one of the hometown boys, James Qualls. And then we have Sky Commons, who was the last driver on the lead lap. Then we have both Danny Wells and Steven Gonzalez. They both ran out of gas out of the exit of turn 2. Then we have Brayson Mitchell, who was also a lap down. Nathan Orman, Matt McIntyre, who I thought was actually going for the win, but he wasn't. He ends up 26th. Allison Rain, 27th. Then we have Jonathan Zorlin in 28th. Then we have Cole Deaver with his damage in 29th. And then we have Simon Oscon, the only driver 2 laps down, finishing 30th. And then from 31st on down to 42nd, we have Dylan Poteet, Ryan Acosta, Joshua Mudd, Jake Rogers, Stephen Colin, Alex Ferranti, Mitchell Collins, Michael Norman, Dustin Steller, Aaron Macklin, William Brock, and Cole Daly. Well, that does it here for Kentucky race fans. The next time the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series comes back to YouTube, we will be in Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. Hopefully we'll see a lot of patriotic paint schemes in that race. But congratulations one last time to Zachary Fitzwater for winning the QuakerState 400, and we'll see you next time.